This is a Proxmark 3 Easy. It's a device used to read and program RFID tags. It has a high frequency antenna, which is under here, and a low frequency antenna, which is this coil of copper wire. RFID tags operate by having a series of pulses of electricity at a certain frequency being emitted by the reader. And then the receiver, the RFID tag, gets power from those pulses of electricity and then alters the signal being sent out by the reader. And the reader can pick up on those changes and can interpret those changes in its signal into a value, into whatever the RFID tag number is on it. And I can use this to read the RFID tag in Kyber crystals. And this is something I've used a lot of times before. This is something I recommend when somebody asks, what's the best RFID writer for Kyber crystals. It's got to be the Proxmark 3 Easy, because it can not only read the crystals, but it can recover or fix crystals that have been locked by other RFID writers which put a password on the Kyber crystal. The problem is getting the Proxmark 3 to read your Kyber crystal can be a little bit of a problem. Let me demonstrate that. So over here I have my Proxmark 3, and over here I have the output from the Proxmark 3 client. And I'm going to run a command called low frequency search, and it's going to search all the low frequencies for the Kyber crystal, and it can't find it for whatever reason. And this is a problem that a lot of people have with the Proxmark 3, is you need to sort of find some sweet spot where your crystal will be recognized. Usually I recommend put it straight up like this. By straight up I mean the fat part facing down, the skinny part facing up. Put it in the middle and then raise it a little bit. Maybe put your finger underneath it, just raise it a little bit. Rerun the command and it sees it fine. But that position, for me, I've done this enough times that I'm very used to where this needs to go, but for a lot of people there's some problems. There's a lot of differences, maybe in the manufacturing of their antennas a little bit different, so it doesn't work as well as mine, or maybe it works too well and it needs to be farther away or closer than the few millimeters that I'm using here with my hand. It could be that the signal is being absorbed by my hand and my hand's bigger or smaller than other people's. All these variables are kind of creating issues. Everybody has different experiences using the Proxmark 3. One person that was having issues getting their Proxmark 3, named Dan on Twitter, sent me a message and said, hey, have you tried using a spoon? And no. Does that help? Well, let's find out. Let's put this crystal right in the middle. If I search for it, the crystal isn't there. The Proxmark doesn't see it. Now I'm going to put the spoon over the crystal, and it sees it. Remove the spoon. It doesn't see it. What's going on? I need to get it a little closer, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm not an RF person. I don't understand the magic of RF signals. I certainly know how to use them, just not the math and the theories behind it. So what is that spoon doing? Is it reflecting a signal back? Is it absorbing the signal, attenuating or lessening, weakening the signal being generated by the antenna, maybe giving the RFID tag in the crystal a better chance at being picked up because it doesn't have as powerful a signal, maybe flooding it or saturating the antenna. I'm not sure what's going on. I can make a few guesses, but I can't really speak confidently or competently. But what I do know is I have a case here where without the spoon, it doesn't see the RFID tag, and with the spoon, it absolutely sees it. So maybe there is something to this. If you're having a problem getting your Proxmark 3 to read your Kyber crystal RFID tags, grab a spoon and see what happens. And if it works for you, don't thank me, thank Dan on Twitter, because I would have never even thought of trying something like this until Dan did it and showed me that it worked. Thank you, Dan.